Hi guys, this is Betty Sakosha. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I'm coming to you live on Monday night, which is actually very early for me because I'm usually here on Tuesday night. However, it is very late for me in that it is almost 8:30 at night and I'm usually on at 7 on Tuesdays. So if you I'm guessing that many of you will catch this on a replay and not actually live, but please leave a comment and let me know that you saw it. And if you do have any questions, please be in touch. I cannot see. Stampin' Up, not Stampin' Up. The good folks at... I can't see who this is. I don't know. I'm not going to mess with technology right now. I can see the people are here, but I can't see who you are, and I'm not actually even going to be, I'm not sure I'm even going to be able to see comments while this is happening. I can see stars. I cannot see comments. So we will do the best we can here on Monday Night Live. So again, my name is Betty Sakosha. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Specifically, I live in Massachusetts. And I am not available this Tuesday night to chat with you, so I thought I would come on a little bit early because I don't want you to miss out on some of the things that you can get for free from SaleABration. So SaleABration is the biggest deal that Stampin' Up! Has generally throughout the year, and it runs this year, January through February, so 2 months. So we're already crossing into the about 3 more weeks of this. So for orders of $50 or $100 in the United States, you can get yourself some freebies. I'm going to flip you down and talk to you about what you can get for free and why you want it. Okay, so here's my desk, here's my cord. All right, let me bring this down. I'll entertain you with that for while I get this all ready here. Okay, so a couple weeks ago, I showed you I've been showing you some different things that you can get from the SaleABration catalog. If you don't have one of these yet and you need one, certainly get in touch with me and I absolutely will get one to you. Or if you have another demonstrator, get in touch with that demonstrator and they will take care of you, I am sure. So this goes until the February 28th, and right now it is January the 6th, so about 3 more weeks. I previously showed you some other things, the carrot video, the owl video, and what else did I talk? Oh, I showed you this paper, this gorgeous paper here that I didn't think I needed, called Favored Flowers. And then a quick card made with favored flowers, and then another design made with the Day at the Farm 12 by 12 paper. So if you're tuning into this, you probably are someone who enjoys some designer series paper, and that's what I'm here to talk about again tonight. So right now during SaleABration, this is still available. I looked just before I went on, and this is called Dainty Flowers 12 by 12 paper. So let me show you real quick what that looks like. This is 12 by 12, as is mentioned, right? So it's got these beautiful, I didn't cut it down here, so I'm just going to show you all of it. Hello, Leslie. I can see one person. I couldn't see the others. This is kind of a fresh freesia background. It's a little difficult to tell you, but when you compare it with the white, you can see there. Beautiful, beautiful. This one kind of is like, kind of like soft sea foam, but not quite. But again, you can compare it with these other colors, so you can see there. This gorgeous set of wildflowers, look at that. And this is designed really to break it up. And let's see what we've got here. This is more just a big full sheet of wildflowers. And then this last one, here, let me see if I can raise this up a little bit to give you a general idea of this one. So this one comes with like these ovals and then these strips here. And let me just pull you back to this one here. So this is 2 sides of it and really is, I guess you could use it for scrap. You could use it for a lot of things, but I see 6 cards out of this, right? You cut it right down the middle and then divide it into sections. And then the other sides of these, as is true of most Stampin' Up! Stuff, is a little bit more neutral. So you can use it kind of just as basic background. But look at these. Oh, love these. So these are a couple of the backgrounds. All right, so this is still available, and it actually coordinates with a stamp set from the catalog called Dainty Delight Bundle, which you can find in your in the mini catalog on page 55. But what I want to show you tonight is two super quick cards made with this and why you need it. If you're going to, I always tell people, stock up on stuff during SaleABration. Why not? You know you're going to need it and you might as well get something free. So I just wanted to show you super quick tonight some cards that you could make, very beautiful, elegant cards that you can make very simply with this set. So let me move that over there. I've already cut this piece of cardstock, so this is the one that came on that big sheet. So I've cut out the oval, and I had a measurement stuck here, but let me flip over my messy paper and I'll tell you. It is, so I cut this down to 3 5/8 by 4 7/8, and I generally don't like eighths, but that seemed to work really well for this. So let me bring you down a little bit here and make this card super quick for you. This is a well-named set called Go-To Greetings. It's in the annual catalog, and it's fantastic. It literally has Go-To Greetings. So it's got several different fonts, 3 different font styles and font sizes, and basically the same message in each one of them. Basically, right? Yeah, basically. So you have the really elegant, and then you've got a little bit simpler that's tiny, and then kind of the in-between here. So I'm just using my Memento ink, and I've chosen the Thinking of You. And I inked up my Memento ink, so it is good and juicy. I really like the smell of StaysOn. It smells like Jergens. This is going to take you back. Jergens cherry almond lotion from like the 1970s. That's what the StaysOn smells like, and I love it. However, I really like the image that you get from the Memento. And if you followed videos before, you know there's a variety of different reasons why you would use Memento versus StaysOn. Memento, in general, I think is probably more versatile than StaysOn. So if you had to pick one, I would probably go with this. However, doesn't matter. I inked it up. It's good and juicy. I'm stamping Thinking of You directly in the middle. La! This card is nearly done. There was nothing to do for this card. Okay, let me move that out of the way. And I'm going to just frame it right on a slightly larger piece of black cardstock. Black cardstock is my absolute favorite. I feel like everything looks better. Every color looks better when popped on black, particularly if there's any black in the card. So I've stamped my image in black, and that's it. That's the only black thing in the card. But there's a lot of different colors going on here, so there's a lot of different options for a background. All right, so there we go. Now the back of all Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper will tell you what colors are in there and what colors coordinate. And several of the colors, oops, I forgot one. Hang on. Okay, so one of them was crushed curry. So I just want to give you some options, right? That could be done like that. One was fresh freesia, equally, if not more beautiful. And one was petal pink. No, blushing bride. Sorry, blushing bride. This was one of the colors that was said to coordinate with this. And it does, and it's beautiful. So you could make a whole packet of these cards very simply with different colors on them, and you could be done. Here's another sample of just done in crumb cake, which I kind of like. I like the softness of this because it's kind of naturally looking. But I think I would choose one of these. I think I'm going to choose the freesia. All right, so this card is almost done, but there are some things that you could add to it if you so chose, if you wanted to kind of step it up a bit. first of all, I would put a piece of white cardstock inside to write, and you could use some of your other designer series paper from that pack as a little embellishment kind of on the inside of the card. But let me show you, some options for stepping this up. Because it's got a nice kind of pinky purple that I've chosen in freesia, these adhesive back dots, these in the middle here, are kind of pinky purple, and I think that would look beautiful. So let me grab one of the, or a couple of these, and just put these in here. I'm going to grab the ones that look a little more purpley to me, because I think that they are going to work really nicely. So let's see, one over here, one down here, and you look purple. Let's stick you right up here. Okay, so this could be your card. You could be done just like that, right? Just a little bit of something to this card and it could be finished. But let me show you another option, another way to kind of upscale this, and that would be by running it through an embossing folder. Now, it's really tough to tell here because this looks like it's been run through an embossing folder already. And actually, it looks like watercolor paper. So that is the design of the designer series paper, is to look like watercolor paper. And so when I got it, I wasn't sure, looking at it, what it was. But it is just kind of flat paper that has the look of watercolor paper. But if you run it through an embossing folder, you can actually get the feel of watercolor paper, which is what I've done here. It's impossible to tell the difference between these two now that I see them on camera together. But this one here, I actually ran through it's a retired embossing folder, but it's called Timeless Texture. The word texture's in it. It was around last year. So you may have it in your stash, but it's a very kind of plain, it just adds texture. It was well named. It's got the word texture in it, but it works perfect for this because it really makes it look like watercolor paper. Another option, if you don't have that embossing folder, might be to use this one here, which is Word Worn. Hang on. This is the story of every video of mine, isn't it? What's the name of that? And usually, my normal crowd on Tuesday anticipates this, and they help me. So if you know the name of it, let me know. But it's in the annual catalog. Come on, where are you? It's an embossing folder. It's a 3D folder. I feel like I'm playing a guessing game here. Time Worn Type. That's what it's called. But it's a pretty neutral-ish embossing folder, although it does have some like words to it. It's not going to focus here. It's going to be impossible for you to see. However, look it up online and you will see what I mean. But it will add a different kind of look to this. It will give it a little bit more of a true watercolor feel to it. Okay, so these are 2 samples of that. Then I am going to just show you a couple more options here. I cut up the one sheet that has the, let me see, it's got the big, you know what I'm talking about. Looks like this, right? So this is the paper. So I just cut it right up at 4 inches by 5 1/4. I stamped thank you on it. I ran it through that embossing folder so it really has the texture of the watercolor paper. And then I would stick this directly on a black card because look at how that pops. Again, you could add some embellishments if you chose to. We certainly have enough embellishments, and there are a lot that look really good with it. So let me grab one of my favorites, and that is the butterflies, the brushed brass butterflies. What I love about these are they are truly flat. I think you can get a sense of that here. So it doesn't cost you any more when you're mailing these. I'm just going to use my picker tool and stick this right down here so it's kind of subtle. hidden in my flowers there. And you're done. So again, this was from the Go-To Greetings. It was one of the smaller ones that I used here. So for the cards in the ovals that I've used here, I use kind of these medium ones here. Okay. One last card to show you, done with that same pack of paper, and that's this one here. I used the Happy Birthday, again from the Go-To Greetings, from the larger, this is the largest word that we have. So Happy Birthday, thinking of you, just a note, or thank you, all would fit on this kind of look here. And again, it's just Memento ink. And I ran this one through. I think you can get a little bit better sense of this. I ran this through the fern folder that is available right now, just to add a little bit of something to it. And accessories that could work really nice for that are this pack here, the brushed metallic adhesive backed dots. Wow, that's a mouth load. That's what they are. But I'm going to use these here because they kind of have a little bit of that, I don't know, kind of greenish look to it. I really like it. Let's see. How about right there, and right there. Okay, so just kind of elevated that card just a little bit, but super quick card because the designer series paper is definitely doing all the work there. Again, you could do it without the folder, you could do it without the accessories, and it would still be a beautiful card, but that's a way to elevate it. Okay, that is one card it's not one card, that's 3 cards, but I'm going to show you one more because I am in love with this designer series paper, which is also for free. Okay, so this is called Enjoy the Journey. And this paper is available for free as kind of a bonus for the month of February. This was not available in the first pack. So it coordinates with the Enjoy the Journey stamp set, which is a beautiful stamp set in the mini catalog. But I actually don't own it. So let me find it really quick for you here. Page 59 of your catalog. You will see this stamp set here, this whole bundle, and that's called Greatest Journey and Greatest Journey Dies. And this is the paper here. But as most Stampin' Up! Paper in the catalog, you can never really appreciate it until you have it in your hand. So let me show you real quick. This is 12 by 12 paper. This kind of looks oceany, and this kind of looks like the sky. This looks like trees made from carrots. If you have the carrot set, you'll know what I'm talking about. Oh, this is so beautiful. So mountains in green and purple mountains. And then beautiful Arizona sunsets. That's what I'm calling this paper. Look at how pretty. And then again, the purple and the green mountains, but with no snow. And then the moon. Oh, so pretty. All right, so the same way I cut up the flowered paper, you could do the same thing and get the same kind of looks from that. So let me flip it over so you can see the other side. Much more neutral kind of, can use for a lot of different kinds of backgrounds for your cards. But what I wanted to focus on, so here are all of those, but this is the one that I am in love with because it looks like a starry sky, right? So I love this side, but I also love this side, and I hate when I love both sides of the paper. However, I do in this case. So for this card that I'm going to show you, I bought this stamp set. Oh, it's right out of reach. Where are you, catalog? Okay, so I bought this stamp set that you can find on page 19 of your catalog. It's right there, and it's called Spring Blessings, and I bought this specifically because I'm in love with this. And I forgot to look up what you actually call these, but these are the kind of, I don't know what you call them. If you know what you call them, leave me a message. But they're basically the things that, they're like balloons that you light and they float into the sky. And I don't know how they don't catch the whole world on fire, but I've never heard of them actually catching the world on fire, so I guess they don't. But they were featured in the famous movie Rapunzel. And that's really why I bought the whole stamp set, was really for that. So I've been playing with some other things, but that's why I bought it. And so I wanted to show you basically what Stampin' Up! Has done here. I'm going to show you a very simple version of that. Okay, so here is my paper. I cut it down to 4 1/4 by... Nope, I cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4. That's the other side. Did I mention I love the other side too? All right, so let me pull in my stuff to show you. She says, when something is out of reach. I don't know where that went to. Okay, that's all right. I can work with this. Hang on. I can work with it, but I will... Oh, look. Left it on my desk. Okay, so this is just 1.5 inches paper. And what I'm going to do with that, let me bring it down so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to use that image right there, that hot air balloon thingy. And I'm going to use basic gray. I like basic gray for this. I tried black and it's a little harsh, so I decided on basic gray. And I'm going to stamp these right along the bottom of this paper. Or not along the bottom, right in the middle of this paper, because it's only 1.5 inches paper. So I'm going to stamp 5 of those on there. And while I'm just giving these a second, this dries pretty quick, but while I'm going to just give it a little bit of time to really set, I am going to take my words. Nope, that's not what I wanted. You end up with these 1/2 inch strips a lot if you have been with Stampin' Up! Any amount of time, because it's just a very common size that you end up cutting off from paper. So I keep these because I'll very often use a 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch or an inch, whatever the case may be, for greetings. So for this one, it happens to be a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to use the words from this set called Happy For You. Not the words are not called Happy For You. The words say Happy For You. The stamp set is called Spring Blessings. Okay, so I'm just going to use that like that, and then get rid of my gray ink. Get it out of the way. All right, now let's let that be and bring in my, whatever these are, hot air. I'm going to call them hot air balloons. I don't really know if that's the name. So if you know if that is a name, please let me know. I'm going to start with Daffodil Delight on the bottom. Now I'm using my blending brushes. If you don't own blending brushes, you should, because they're awesome, and they can be used with lots of different colors. You can just wash them and use them for another color, or stock up with a couple of them so you don't have to wash them constantly. And they now come in mini sizes, so that's an option for you. This is the regular size, but they also come in a mini size now. You could do this same kind of look with the regular sponge. It's a little bit softer with the blending brush, but if you don't own that, that's another way to do this. So I'm starting with my daffodil, and I'm just rubbing it in the ink. And then I'm going to start off the paper and just rub the bottom here until I get it as dark as I want it. And I want it fairly dark. And it goes very quick, so. Now you'll be shocked to know stamp set does not contain any dye. Well, you won't maybe be shocked to know it contains no dyes. You'll be shocked to know that I'm actually going to fussy cut these, because I'm not a fan of the fussy cut, but it really wasn't that hard to do. Okay, so that's the bottom of it. Let me close that up. If you are looking for how to clean these, I did a previous video, and I'll try and link it to this so that you can see it, but you can clean these brushes pretty easily, so you can look for that video. Okay, so this color is Calypso Coral. Again, I'm starting off the paper just to give it a little bit softer look. if you start right on the paper, you usually end up with the big blob. Ask me how I know that. But it's only paper. If it happens, restamp it. Oh, these colors together are so beautiful. And you're probably wondering, where'd you get those colors? I copied it from the Stampin' Up! Catalog. Okay, so I think that's good. I think I'm going to stop there. Okay, so close that and get it out of the way. Now, I told you there's no die. Sad to say, but it does die cut. I mean, it does cut very easily. If you own snips, these are the really sharp little scissors from Stampin' Up. This is very easy to do. If you don't own these, and you're a fan of stamping or paper crafting in general, you really should add them to your SaleABration wish list, because they make paper cutting a breeze, even fussy cutting, for someone like me who hates fussy cutting. But look at how easy that was. So easy, right? Okay, you don't need to watch me cut out the rest of them. I have done that previously. I'm going to bring in my card here and some dimensionals. Where are they? Where are they? I feel like dimensionals are the one thing that I can count on losing daily. All right. I don't know where my regular size dimensionals are. I hate using my babies unless I have to. So, okay. So I'm just going to put dimensionals all over the back of this and pop these down. So if you're just tuning in, I was talking about the freebies available this month. And Stampin' Up! Just recently added these. They just recently added this paper. So this is the Enjoy the Journey paper. And I think I'm going to move these a little bit. See if I can do it without... Beautiful. Sometimes that doesn't go so well and you pull up on your paper and then you decide, I think it's exactly where it needs to be. Does that ever happen to anybody? Okay, let's put those there, and then one more right up top. Right over here. Okay, now previously I stamped the word happy for you from this stamp set. I'm literally going to take my snips, snip, snip. So I don't even have a fancy side to it, and I'm okay with that. Because the point of this card was to be quick, and it is. And if you have hot air balloons in your card, I feel like you don't need fancy greeting stuff. All right, so there you go. Oh, so pretty. You could make your own background paper, but when Stampin' Up! Does it for you, why? Why? So here's the completed card. I just did it on thick white cardstock. And then on the inside I took some stars, which are also from the stamp set called Spring Blessings. So these are the stars right here. Alrighty. That's it. Okay, so let me bring in what I showed you tonight. We did some super simple stamping on some beautiful designer series paper. So this is from the, what was the name of that? What is the name of that paper? Dainty Delight? Dainty, hang on, I'll tell you. That paper is called Dainty Flowers. And it's 12 by 12 paper, available for free during this month of February when you purchase $50 worth of Stampin' Up! Products. So here are 3 different all stunning cards made using basically just the paper. I did enhance it with some embossing folders, but not necessary, just an added bonus, and some accessories that I added on it. And I utilized the Go-To Greetings, which is a perfect stamp set to accompany any designer series, beautiful designer series paper that doesn't need much to make it shine. And then finally, I used the Spring Blessings stamp set, which can be found in your mini catalog on page 19 for only $20. And then this paper here was free during SaleABration. This is called the Enjoy the Journey paper, and that is free during SaleABration with an order of $50. All right, so between the 2 packs of paper, let me turn you around. Between those 2 packs of paper, as well as the farm paper and the favored flowers paper that we featured a couple weeks ago, there is a lot that you can do with this designer series paper, and I feel like it does almost all the work for you. There's hardly anything else that you need to do. In fact, the less you do, probably the better. Hi, Jody. I can finally see comments now, so hello. But these would make fantastic gifts. You could wrap them up for people. Really great spring gifts, especially those dainty flowers, because they're just screaming spring. All right. I think that's it. I wanted to make this quick tonight. I just wanted to show you how quick you could put these cards together. If there is anything that you saw that you need here tonight, please visit my website at bettyboop.stampinup.net, or if you have another demonstrator, visit her website, and she absolutely will take care of it. She or he will take care of you. You have 3 more weeks to get some of this free stuff. When it sells out, it sells out. And so you don't want that to happen. If these are things that you want, put your wish list together. I would highly recommend the Go-To Greetings. That is my go-to stamp set for greetings. It was well named. So I would highly recommend that. Put that together on your wish list, and then stock up on anything else that you think you need, because if you know you're going to get it eventually, you might as well get it while you can get some free stuff with it. Ask me any questions you have. Leave them in the comments. I'd be happy to get back to you and answer them for you. And that's it. Have a great week, and I will see you next Tuesday. Take care, guys. Thanks for tuning in.